Hey there, and welcome to my channel. My name is Crafty Kathy, and I'm so happy and thankful that you stopped in to craft and spend a little time with me today. I have 4 all-new spring DIYs that I know you're gonna love. And if you like DIYs and crafting in general, please hit that subscribe button and become a part of our family. And if you do enjoy this content, give me a big thumbs up. Now let's get to crafting. We're going to start out with this beautiful bunny wreath that I got from the Dollar Tree, and it was only $3. I wasn't crazy about the pink color of it, but that's no problem. We're going to change it up. The first thing that I wanted to do was take everything off of the bunny so that I could have a good base to work with as what I needed. So I just used a screwdriver, which wasn't a very smart idea, but I needed to get the very thin wood welcome sign off of there. So of course I broke it at the M, and I was barely pushing. So if you do take this up, just be really careful. I think that those little flat metal spatula looking devices are the easiest way to get letters and stuff up, and I do have one, I just couldn't find it at the moment. And then I just used some very light heat from my heat gun on the tail to get it up, and also to get the bow off the ear. I'm also going to be using this small wreath that I got from the thrift store. It's probably about a 10 or a 12-inch wreath. I only paid 50 cents for it, and I just had to get a lot of glue off of there. I don't understand why people use so much glue on these wreaths, because most of the time you don't have to use any at all. Or if you do have to use some, it's usually very little. But moving along, we are going to take beadboard, which is a beautiful color by DIY Paint, and I'm going to color my bunny a solid white color. But I did notice as I was going over him that these bunnies have like an embossed type little flower on them, like the flowers are raised, and it was so pretty when I was just kind of lightly going over it with the white and having that pink come out from underneath. But I had already committed to doing a full-on white bunny, so that's exactly what I did. I'm going to use the DIY color called French Millinery on my little welcome sign. It is a beautiful purpley gray color. Now, if you want to try out any of the DIY paints, or actually most of the supplies that you see me use on this channel, I get from Milton's daughter. And I'll leave her information in the description box and in the comments below, so she's easy to find. She's amazing at customer service, and if you use the code CraftyCathy10, you get 10% off your first order. I went ahead and glued the little bunny's tail and the welcome sign back on. I'm going to flip him over, and I'm going to put 2 full-size pipe cleaners on the back. I just put down a lot of glue toward the top. I lay the pipe cleaner in the glue, and then I just took like a very small piece of black cardstock. That's going to allow a really strong hold on those pipe cleaners, and that way the bunny is not going to come off and it's not going to jiggle around. Now we're going to add the little bunny to the wreath. I'm just going to tie those pipe cleaners really tight and cut off the excess. Now we're going to do the fun part and add all of our little florals onto the wreath. I'm going to use this eucalyptus pick that comes from Walmart. It had about 6 or 7 different stems on there, and the first thing I'm going to do is just cut them all off. And a lot of times I think that less is more, and that was definitely the case with this. What I'm going to do is use those eucalyptus picks, and I'm going to place one down toward the bottom on the side there, and then one about halfway up. If you'll notice, I don't use any glue whatsoever because you don't need it. When you stick these florals down inside this type of wreath, it just holds on to it. There is absolutely no need to do that. Even if I put this on my front door with the winds and everything, it's not going to go anywhere because it's held in place by this type of wreath. Now I'm going to use these beautiful, beautiful flowers that I got off of Amazon. They're linked in my Amazon account if you want some. I have 2 of the larger ones, and I'm going to place them right kind of in the middle on the sides. Now, the way that I do my florals is whatever I put on the left side, I'm going to put it in the exact same spot on the right side. If you'll notice, that's what I did with the eucalyptus picks, and I'm going to do the same things with these beautiful purple flowers. I put one on each side, and then up at the top, I put another. And I try to put them almost in the exact same spot on both sides. The next thing that I added in was these tiny white flowers. They almost look like baby's breath, but I don't think that they are. I know for a fact that I got these at Hobby Lobby last year because they come in kind of like larger bunches, and they are a really good price. I always get my stuff like that at Hobby Lobby when it's half off. And I just put one small little sprig on each side and then kind of gave everything a good fluff so I could kind of sit back and see what I needed. Now I'm going to add some of the purple flowers that are exactly like those little white ones, and I got those at Hobby Lobby also. I just added one little sprig on each side. The last thing that I'm going to add is going to be these beautiful little purple pick that I get from the Dollar Tree every year, and I really don't even know what they're called. It kind of looks like little purple twigs. I don't really know what it is, but I added 2 on each side. I put one kind of up toward the top and one down toward the bottom, and it just comes out. It almost looks like a little firework or something, you know, but I put one on each side just to give this a little flair. And I felt like at that point that the wreath was done and it didn't need anything else added into it. I'm going to give this pretty little girl a bow for her hair, and I have this ribbon that I got from Temu last year, and it was too thick the way that it was, so I just cut it and I ripped it in half, and it ripped perfectly. The material is almost like a drop cloth, so it was really easy to do so. I'm going to do a very simple ribbon. I'm going to do the figure 8 ribbon, and I'm just going to squeeze it in the middle and just use a little bit of floral wire to tie it up, and I'm just going to glue that right on her ear. I made some dovetails on the ribbons, and then I added 2 little buttons right to the center, and let me know what you think about this one.
I wanna jump around when I think about yesterday. Your smile, your style so fly, my oh my. As time stood still, I got the urge to steal a kiss, and so I did. Now I'm embarrassed, but just a little bit. Oh, there must be gold on those lips and honey on those fingertips.
This next one is super simple, but it's really, really pretty. I got this tobacco basket on clearance. It was at Dollar General, and I think I only paid maybe 20 cents for it. It was the Christmas. They come out with them every season, and they're normally $3. But like I said, I got it on clearance, super cheap. All I'm going to do is take this small wreath, and I buy these at Hobby Lobby. I believe that they're normally $11.99, but you get them half off if you do it, you know, when the florals are half off. And I always get a couple of these because they're really easy to use in different DIYs. I'm just going to fit this little wreath down inside this tobacco basket, and I'm going to take this little figurine that I got at Dollar General for $4. It's 2 little bunny rabbits. I got it last year, but I know that they have them out this year because I saw them. And I'm going to place them right in the center of that tobacco basket. Looking back on this footage, I think that I didn't record myself putting these flowers in the basket, but it's very simple what I did. The little purple flowers are in a bunch together. They're each on one little sprig, and they came from Temu. I placed one little bunch on each side of the bunny rabbits. And then the peach colored flowers in the back are also from Temu, and they're a single flower. And I just placed them in a way where that wreath, that lamb's ear wreath, is kind of covering up the stem so you can't see it. I absolutely feel like a dog because I lost that footage, or I just didn't record myself putting it in there. I didn't lose it, I just didn't record it. But I actually liked this color of flower better, and so you can see what I did here. I'm just pulling those out, and all I'm going to do is just place these other stems in there. I mean, it was a very simple thing. You just place a couple little flowers around these bunny rabbits to make it look almost like they're in a little forest glen, and they've got these cute little flowers all around them. And all of these flowers, like I said, are from Temu, and they're really good quality flowers, and they're so cute. I put the little azaleas behind the bunny rabbits because it almost looks like a little, I don't know, just like a little bush behind them, and it's so cute.
Can you imagine us two out in the woods in a big old house? We'd pass our days on clouds floating around. Oh, since I met you, I feel unbreakable. Oh, I can take it all. Wish me good luck, give me the courage to ask for more. Oh, there must be gold on those lips and honey on those fingertips. Oh, we could be birds.
The next thing that I'm going to do is these cute little tags. I actually found these at Dollar Tree. And if you remember in my last video, I used the Frames 1 mold from IOD. And I made 5 different frames. Well, I had these 2 left over. And we're going to place these on the front of these little tags. I just try to come up with different ideas that you guys might use, because these are little things that I actually am going to be using in my own home, just like on the tiered tray and stuff like that. And then, of course, the wreath for the door and the little scene with the bunny rabbits. I just put that like underneath my TV, but I just try to come up with things also that will be easy and all the way up to a little bit more difficult so everybody can participate in the crafts that I do. All I did was use my Type Bond quick and thick glue, and you just put a little bit on the back, and I was able to put the molds on the little tags with that. And now I have some pictures that I printed out on rice paper. These are just regular little prints that I've got off of Google. They're free prints. And the rice paper, I bought it off of Amazon, and I just run it through my printer. And what I'm going to do is try to get these on the little tags. So I wet the end of a paintbrush and kind of went around so I would know where I could tear the picture off in order to get it on each little frame. So I got those tore off to the size that they needed. And if you guys have stuck around my channel for any length of time, you know that my favorite way to decoupage is with my glue stick. And I am going to use this one that's washable because I may want to change these out at some point. Now, if I want my decoupage to be permanent, I use a permanent little glue stick that I have. I bought it off of Amazon, and I do have that in my Amazon store if you want it. But for now, I'm just using this one because, like I said, I may want to change these up, and all you have to do is simply just lift it up off of the piece. I'm just going around with my X-Acto knife and cutting off any of the excess that may be hanging over. Now, the very last thing I'm going to do to these is paint them, and I'm going to paint one in that beautiful purple color called French Millinery, and then the other one I'm going to try a new paint that I've never tried before. This is Fusion paint. I have never tried Fusion paint before, but Fusion paint has a sealer already built into it. You know, with the DIY paint, you do have to seal it. And my friend Susie over at Susie on the Farm, I will put her channel in the description box so you guys can go over and check her out. She sent me this little sample so that I could try it out. And I thought that was so sweet of her to do that. But it's a gorgeous kind of a blue-gray color. And I actually really did like that fusion paint. Now, if you get a hankering to try out this fusion paint, Miss Susie does sell it on her website, Susie on the Farm. And of course, I'm going to leave her information in the description and the comment section so you can find her. Now, on this last tag, this is a decoupage rice paper that I got from Miss Lori over at Milton's Daughter. I painted the tag white because I always like to have a white background when I'm decoupaging. And then I just laid the little floral scene down on there, and I used my sandpaper to get the excess off, and then I put little ties on these. These are really fun to put on your tiered tray or just put in little vignettes all around your home.
It's always been you, Jesus. It's always been you, Emmanuel. Who gave me this courage?
The last one is super easy. This is a frame actually from the Dollar General. I've had it for years now, and I'm just going to repurpose it. It was that deep red color, and I just spray painted it white. I took it outside and I spray painted it white, and I'm just going to repurpose it. I like to repurpose my frames and use them over and over again for each season because why not? And they still do have these at the Dollar General store because I see them all the time. And the crazy thing is they're still that red color, even though that color was in a couple of years ago, but it's kind of faded out, I think. I'm just going to use this print, and I just printed this off of my home printer, and it's just a page that I got off of Google. It's a free picture of a little bunny rabbit. I think it's actually supposed to be Peter Rabbit because remember, Peter Rabbit had the little jacket on and the little shoes on, the little slippers, and he went into the garden where his mom told him not to go, and Mr. McGregor scared him so bad that he ran away from him and he lost his little coat and his little slippers. And then later on, the scarecrow in Mr. McGregor's garden had his little jacket and slippers on. So I think that that's supposed to be him. But all I did was cut off that piece of that little picture. It's on regular printer paper. And then I took just a simple piece of cardstock because it's a little bit firmer. And I'm going to lay these two pages down inside my little frame here. And then I'm just going to put it back together. Now, how easy is that? It was basically spray painting the frame and putting a picture in it. It's that simple, but it makes for beautiful spring decor in your home. And it's very easy to just, change out as the seasons go. Then I'm going to take the Dixie Belle Clear Wax. It's called the Best Dang Wax. I'm trying to use it up. I've had this wax for a really long time, and I wanted some DIY clear wax, but there's no point in getting it right now because I have all of this Dixie Belle that I'm trying to use up. I just really prefer DIY products. But the reason why I put down clear wax first is because when I put this dark wax over it, which is what I'm doing now, it will make it so much easier to wipe back. Now, you don't have to wipe it back. You can leave it the way that it is with that much dark wax on it. It all depends on your liking. But I wanted to wipe some of it off, so I just used a towel and just kind of wiped it off to where there was just a little subtle amount there where it still looked a little bit vintagey, but not too much. And I hope you like this one. Please let me know in the comments what you think about it and which one of these four was your favorite.
Who gave me this courage?
Well, that's all of today's video, and I sure do hope that you like this. Guys, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please hit that little red subscribe button and become a part of us. We would love to have you here, and we always have room for more. And if you did like this video, please hit the like button. That's the big thumbs up button because it really, really helps me out on YouTube. Did you know that if you're on an iPad or a phone that you can click on my face right here and become subscribed to our channel? You sure can, and I would love for you to do that. Also, if you did enjoy this video, I have another one right here for you that you can watch if you just touch on it. God bless you and your families.